Please subscribe, like and share this video. Thank you for your support.
2 U.S. Code Chapter 29, Capitol Police, Subchapter I, Part A-2. General. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 1909. Inspector General for the United States Capitol Police. A. Establishment of office. There is established in the United States Capitol Police the Office of the Inspector General, hereafter in this section referred to as the Office, headed by the Inspector General of the United States Capitol Police, hereafter in this section referred to as the Inspector General. B. Inspector General. 1. Appointment. The Inspector General shall be appointed by, and under the general supervision of, the Capitol Police Board. The appointment shall be made in consultation with the Inspectors General of the Library of Congress, Government Publishing Office, and the Government Accountability Office. The Capitol Police Board shall appoint the Inspector General without regard to political affiliation and solely on the basis of integrity and demonstrated ability in accounting, auditing, financial analysis, law, management analysis, public administration, or investigations. 2. Term of service. The Inspector General shall serve for a term of 5 years, and an individual serving as Inspector General may be reappointed for not more than 2 additional terms. 3. Removal. The Inspector General may be removed from office prior to the expiration of his term only by the unanimous vote of all of the voting members of the Capitol Police Board, and the Board shall communicate the reasons for any such removal to the Committee on House Administration, the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, and the Committees on Appropriations of the House of Representatives and of the Senate. 4. Salary. The Inspector General shall be paid at an annual rate equal to $1,000 less than the annual rate of pay in effect for the Chief of the Capitol Police. 5. Deadline. The Capitol Police Board shall appoint the first Inspector General under this section not later than 180 days after August 2, 2005. See duties. 1. Applicability of duties of Inspector General of Executive Branch Establishment. The Inspector General shall carry out the same duties and responsibilities with respect to the United States Capitol Police as an Inspector General of an establishment carries out with respect to an establishment under Section 404 of Title V, under the same terms and conditions which apply under such section. 2. Semi-annual reports. The Inspector General shall prepare and submit semi-annual reports summarizing the activities of the office in the same manner, and in accordance with the same deadlines, terms, and conditions, as an Inspector General of an establishment under Section 405, other than subsection B. 13 thereof, of Title V. For purposes of applying Section 405 of such title to the Inspector General, the Chief of the Capitol Police shall be considered the head of the establishment. The Chief shall, within 30 days of receipt of a report to the Capitol Police Board, the Committee on House Administration, the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, and the Committees on Appropriations of the House of Representatives and of the Senate consistent with Section 405 C of such title. 3. Investigations of complaints of employees and members. A. Authority. The Inspector General may receive and investigate complaints or information from an employee or member of the Capitol Police concerning the possible existence of an activity constituting a violation of law, rules, or regulations or mismanagement, gross waste of funds, abuse of authority, or a substantial and specific danger to the public health and safety, including complaints or information the investigation of which is under the jurisdiction of the Internal Affairs Division of the Capitol Police as of August 2, 2005. B. Non-disclosure. The Inspector General shall not, after receipt of a complaint or information from an employee or member, disclose the identity of the employee or member without the consent of the employee or member, unless required by law or the Inspector General determines such disclosure is otherwise unavoidable during the course of the investigation. C. Prohibiting retaliation. An employee or member of the Capitol Police who has authority to take, direct others to take, recommend, or approve any personnel action, shall not, with respect to such authority, take or threaten to take any action against any employee or member as a reprisal for making a complaint or disclosing information to the Inspector General, unless the complaint was made or the information disclosed with the knowledge that it was false, or with willful disregard for its truth or falsity. 4. Independence in carrying out duties. Neither the Capitol Police Board, the Chief of the Capitol Police, nor any other member or employee of the Capitol Police may prevent or prohibit the Inspector General from carrying out any of the duties or responsibilities assigned to the Inspector General under this section. D. Powers. 1. In general. The Inspector General may exercise the same authorities with respect to the United States Capitol Police as an Inspector General of an establishment may exercise with respect to an establishment under Section 406A of Title V, other than paragraphs 7 and 8 of such section. 2. Staff. A. In general. The Inspector General may appoint and fix the pay of such personnel as the Inspector General considers appropriate. Such personnel may be appointed without regard to the provisions of Title V regarding appointments in the competitive service, and may be paid without regard to the provisions of Chapter 51 and Subchapter III of Chapter 53 of such title relating to classification and general schedule pay rates, except that no personnel of the office, other than the Inspector General, may be paid at an annual rate greater than $500 less than the annual rate of pay of the Inspector General under subsection B. 4. B. Experts and consultants. The Inspector General may procure temporary and intermittent services under Section 3109 of Title V at rates not to exceed the daily equivalent of the annual rate of basic pay for Level 4 of the Executive Schedule under Section 5315 of such title. C. Independence in appointing staff. No individual may carry out any of the duties or responsibilities of the office unless the individual is appointed by the Inspector General, or provide services procured by the Inspector General pursuant to this paragraph. Nothing in this subparagraph may be construed to prohibit the Inspector General from entering into a contract or other arrangement for the provision of services under this section. D. Applicability of Capitol Police personnel rules. None of the regulations governing the appointment and pay of employees of the Capitol Police shall apply with respect to the appointment and compensation of the personnel of the office, except to the extent agreed to by the Inspector General. Nothing in the previous sentence may be construed to affect subparagraphs A through C. 3. Equipment and supplies. The Chief of the Capitol Police shall provide the office with appropriate and adequate office space, together with such equipment, supplies, and communications facilities and services as determined by the Inspector General to be necessary for the operation of the office, and shall provide necessary maintenance services for such office space and the equipment and facilities located therein. E. Transfer of functions. 1. Transfer. To the extent that any office or entity in the Capitol Police prior to the appointment of the first Inspector General under this section carried out any of the duties and responsibilities assigned to the Inspector General under this section, the functions of such office or entity shall be transferred to the office upon the appointment of the first Inspector General under this section. 2. No reduction in pay or benefits. The transfer of the functions of an office or entity to the office under paragraph 1 may not result in a reduction in the pay or benefits of any employee of the office or entity, except to the extent required under subsection D-2A. F. Effective date. This section shall be effective on August 2, 2005. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 1910. Report of disbursements. A. In general, not later than 60 days after the last day of each semi-annual period, the Chief of the Capitol Police shall submit to Congress, with respect to that period, a detailed, itemized report of the disbursements for the operations of the United States Capitol Police. B. Contents. The report required by subsection A shall include 1. The name of each person or entity who receives a payment from the Capitol Police and the amount thereof. 2. A description of any service rendered to the Capitol Police, together with service dates. 3. A statement of all amounts appropriated to, or received or expended by, the Capitol Police and any unexpended balances of such amounts for any open fiscal year, and 4. Such additional information as may be required by regulation of the Committee on House Administration of the House of Representatives or the Committee on Rules and Administration of the Senate. C. Printing. Each report under this section shall be printed as a House document. D. Effective date. This section shall apply with respect to the semi-annual periods of October 1st through March 31st and April 1st through September 30th of each year, beginning with the semi-annual period in which this section is enacted. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 1911. General Counsel to the Chief of Police in the United States Capitol Police. 1. In general, there shall be within the United States Capitol Police the General Counsel to the Chief of Police in the United States Capitol Police, in this subsection referred to as the General Counsel, who shall report to and serve at the pleasure of the Chief of the United States Capitol Police. 2. Appointment. The General Counsel shall be appointed by the Chief of the Capitol Police in accordance with Section 1907, E1 of this title, as amended by Section 2A, 1. After consultation with the Capitol Police Board, without regard to political affiliation and solely on the basis of fitness to perform the duties of the position. 3. Compensation. A. In general, subject to subparagraph B, the annual rate of pay for the General Counsel shall be fixed by the Chief of the Capitol Police. B. Limitation. The annual rate of pay for the General Counsel may not exceed an annual rate equal to $1,000 less than the annual rate of pay in effect for the Chief of the Capitol Police. 4. Omitted. 5. No effect on current General Counsel. Nothing in this section or the amendments made by this section may be construed to affect the status of the individual serving as the General Counsel to the Chief of Police in the United States Capitol Police as of March 4, 2010. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 1912. Volunteer Chaplain Services. A. The Chief of the Capitol Police shall have authority to accept unpaid religious chaplain services, whereby volunteers from multiple faiths, authorized by their respective religious endorsing agency or organization, may advise, administer, and perform spiritual care and religious guidance for Capitol Police employees. B. Chaplains shall not be required to perform any rite, ritual, or ceremony, and employees shall not be required to receive such rite, ritual, or ceremony, if doing so would compromise the conscience, moral principles, or religious beliefs of such chaplain or employees or the chaplain's endorsing agency or organization. C. Effective date. This section shall apply with respect to fiscal year 2023 and each succeeding fiscal year.